Are you tired of constantly reinventing the wheel just to stay visible online and to be consistent in your marketing? You're really looking for an evergreen marketing system that you can systematize, right? And you can either do yourself or hand off to a team member. And one that honestly, one of the best options is to have it powered by YouTube. And so that's what this new series on my channel is all about. It's your evergreen marketing system. We wrapped up the last series on how to start your YouTube channel for business with a video on how to repurpose your YouTube content. And so I realized that I have a lot more to share on that topic, and I would love to do a 4-part series now about how to basically create this system and how to take it to the next level with creating a repurposing type of marketing for your content so that you're not constantly having to create new, you're not constantly having to be online, you're not constantly having to post every day, but you get to create this more long-term system that, again, is easier to pass off and to scale with. So really the first step here, the first thing that you need to do to create this sort of system is to think about what is everything going to originate from, right? And typically this is going to be a long form piece of content. You want this to be more evergreen, something that people can stumble across right now or in a year from now or 5 years from now and continue to find you. And that's going to make your marketing a little more sustainable than relying something on like you send an email or you send a post on Instagram and it lives for maybe 24 hours and then it kind of just disappears into the algorithm or into the bottom of their inbox. And so something that the content continues to like live and breathe beyond the initial posting period. And so that typically is going to be something like a YouTube channel, right? And something like a podcast or something like a blog. Those are really the main options when I think about evergreen long form marketing that are out there right now. Again, there's nuances and there's good and pros and cons about all of them, but you guys know that YouTube is definitely my favorite because you're uploading directly into a search driven platform. You're not having to repurpose in order to get results like you might with a podcast. And your videos typically get found within that search algorithm for literally years. Whereas with a podcast, it typically requires you to be uploading constantly to see more of those results, right? So you guys know my thoughts on this. Like I've done videos on this in the past. You can go back and watch them. In general, YouTube is my favorite option here too, because when we're thinking about creating this kind of system, it's giving you audio and video to work with, okay? And not only that, but even the outlines you create, it's giving you written form in the form of your outlines and your transcript. It's giving you audio that you can use, and it's giving you video clips that you can create other content with, okay? And that really just helps, like having all of those things together helps to really fast track that like, know, and trust factor from people who find you online. It takes people from not even knowing who you are to finding your videos and being like, I instantly know I need to work with this person, whether that's right now or whether that's in the future, and they start following you. Like it really helps to build that loyal audience who really just falls head over heels for you and your content. Like if you're wanting to create this sort of system where you can repurpose, YouTube is honestly the best option in my opinion. Again, there's pros and cons to everything and it might not be the best fit for you, but I know most of you here, like that's what you're thinking, right? And the reason why I love YouTube so much is because you're able to, again, repurpose those video clips as well and really fill in the gaps in a lot of ways. And also just bring more humanness, right, to your content. Like there's so much out there with AI and AI is incredible. Don't get me wrong. We're going to talk about AI in this series and I have specific videos on doing that. But it really helps people to see like, okay, she's a real person. Like she's talking to a camera. She gets me. Like she's speaking right to my soul. Like, and that's just something that you can't really accomplish in something written like just a blog post, and why I really do encourage YouTube content. Okay, so essentially like when you are creating that YouTube video, what you're gonna want it to be is it's basically like a weekly long form anchor for the rest of your content. And so you're gonna pick a day of the week that you're gonna upload that video every single week. And I actually have a free download for you guys on sample YouTube content calendars that you can grab. So if you want that, there'll be a link down in the description. And basically it's gonna help you to ideate and come up with an idea of what your specific YouTube content calendar can look like with this. And something you'll see on those sample content calendars that leads me to my next point is once you have that long form piece of content, now we're going to break it down into like micro pieces of content, right? So short form pieces of content on other platforms. So a few specific ways that I personally do this with my YouTube content. Number one is kind of probably more obvious one is I'm taking clips from that video and I am repurposing them into short form clips that then I upload onto Instagram, right? Or YouTube Shorts. Basically, it's like literally like this video content. We're just cropping it in to be vertical, adding closed captions, adding a little text box at the top that basically tells you what the video is going to be about. And that's what we're uploading onto for short form video content, right? So typically we'll do at least 3 to 5 of these in a week and upload across different short form video platforms. And personally, I've started using a program called Opus Clip to do this. It's AI powered, and basically you can either upload your video directly into there or link your YouTube video after it's uploaded and gone live, and it will import that video and turn it automatically into clips for you, like in taking the best moments from your clip. So I've also had in the past like my video editor do this, but it's definitely not something you have to have them do. And honestly, I think it's faster to use something like Opus Clip. It saves you time and money. So I will drop a link down in the description too. If you're interested in checking it out, you can try it out for free first. The second thing that I do with my long form YouTube videos is I will take the main points that I say in the content or even just the idea for the content and turn it into things like Instagram Reels, Instagram carousels, Instagram stories. Like if I'm trying to think of a way to market a certain offer or a freebie, and I know that I created a YouTube video that was very intentional for that, I will take that and take like the 3 main points I share in the video, share that in Instagram Reel or on my Instagram stories, like one of the main points that I shared in it or a story that I told in it, turn it Instagram story slides. And so it's really helping you to not recreate and have to rethink, but being like, that's my best content. Like, let's take that and turn it into these short form content and other formats. And I'm actually going to walk you through this a little bit in terms of how to do this process and what this looks like in this series. So stay tuned for that. But I essentially will take like the genius things that I say in my YouTube videos and turn that into text boxes on my reels or the text on my carousels, right? And so it's just a really great way to not rethink, but I'll take the things you're already doing and saying that are genuine to your brand and your voice and turning it into other types of content and not always having to rethink, right? Another thing here is to take your YouTube video, make that your newsletter for your email list every single week. Like I know so many of you struggle with staying consistent with that. And what an easier way than to take your YouTube video, maybe share one of the points you made in it, or maybe just sharing simply like illustrating the 3 main things they're going to learn from in that video and why they should watch it, call to action to watch it, right? And both of these things, like I have AI assistants I've created that I can literally just drop my transcript into it and it will spit out things I said in the video that I can create into reels or email that's formatted that leads to someone watching that YouTube video. And if you're interested in these AI assistants, if you want to learn more about them, watch my YouTube cash flow masterclass. That's where I talk more about them and how to get your hands on them. So I'll have a link to that down in the description too. But these have been a game changer for me and just not rethinking things and automatically taking the things I'm saying and turning it into like the format of an email or reel, which is again, watch the masterclass. It'll give you a little bit more info if you're just like ready to jump into it yourself. But the next 2 videos in this series are going to be a little bit more about how I do that process. And then once you take all of that, that long form video, start turning it into short form, micro pieces of content, it's going to look something like this. I'll pop on the screen I call it content stacking. Essentially, it's my repurposing system, how I'm taking that long form video and turning it into all these other types of content. And then it starts to create this ecosystem, right? Where then you can spend time creating that long form video and you can spend your own time repurposing, but also it's very easy to pass off to a team member, which is just the really magical thing about it. Okay, the other thing I wanted to talk about when it comes to like an evergreen powered marketing ecosystem is this idea of like when we think of evergreen, we think more automated, right? And batching. And that's where a lot of the magic also comes in of having this sort of marketing system set up is it allows you to do that. And it allows you to sit down and very intentionally, you can batch create this type of long form video content like for YouTube. And you can do that on your own time. You can do that on the day where you're just feeling it and you're feeling excited about it. You're going to be, feeling great on video and create these videos ahead of time. And they're still going to resonate well with your audience, even if you post them a month, 2 months, 3 months from now. And so that's really your third step of putting the system into place is spending that time batching your content because that's going to allow you to have more of that spaciousness and freedom in your marketing because you're not constantly having to create a new video every single week, having to show up every single day to have content going out. Instead, you are very intentionally like once per month, that's the system I teach. creating these long form videos in order to show up, right? And that can be done on your own time. That can be done ahead of time. Like when I took my first maternity leave, I actually batch recorded 3 months worth of YouTube video content that then my team took over and edited for me, scheduled for me, repurposed for me. And I didn't have to be showing up during those first 3 months of my maternity leave whatsoever when it came to my education brand. And so it's just incredible to see how once you implement this system, it then frees up your time to, well, it gives you more flexibility in the sense of like you can pre-create this type of content ahead of time. Okay, and then once you've got kind of this system down, of repurposing onto other platforms with short form content, you can then recycle and reuse your content. And this is something I'm also working on the back end, is almost creating a content bank where we can go back to and repurpose, especially like in wanting to show up on other places like Instagram or Pinterest or even email marketing, being able to go back there and look at our highest performing pieces of content, whether it's even YouTube content or whether it is short form content derived from YouTube content, where we can then just take it and recycle either the idea or even the exact video and reuse it over and over and over again. And so already, I mean, I have a system for myself to just check back in with our platforms that we're marketing on and to see how content is performing and really just checking back in on that. It's so easy to just keep creating new, but not to stop and reflect and look back on, okay, over the past 3 months, over the past 6 months, over the past year, what has performed the best and how can we lean into that even more to see faster results? And what we're going to talk about in next week's video in seeing faster results is how to take your YouTube content, turn it into a weekly email newsletter, and really what that process looks like. So if you're interested in that, stay tuned, or if it's already live, we'll put it right up here, put a link down in the description for the playlist. You can hop on over, watch that video a little bit more about how to really automate a little bit of your email newsletters. And really the power of email marketing is that that's where your sales are going to come in. Okay. For the most part, that's where people are actually going to make a buying decision from you. So it's so important that you're nurturing your community over there and having this YouTube content already going live every week. It's a really easy way to do that for your email newsletter community. So excited for you to dive into that video. If you have any questions about this, let me know and I will see you guys again in that video. Bye guys.